I once heard a casting director say to an actor, "You need to be much tougher on him." And the actor listened to that direction and thought about it for a moment, and then asked a really smart question. She said, "Okay, but do I still like him?" How clever is that? "Oh, yes," said the casting director, "you are best friends." What a great question to ask. And are you an actor who asks questions in the audition room to clarify what's required? Because if you are, I think that you are the exception to the rule. Mostly, actors just listen, have a guess at what's required, and jump in. And so that's what this 21st Talking Acting is about. It's about smart questions that you can ask in the audition room. And in fact, I have 7 more smart questions that I will talk about over the next couple of months in Talking Acting, because I think this is an important and challenging area for actors. You see, that bit of direction, "you need to be tougher on him," is really ambiguous. It's very clear, but it could mean that you need to be angrier, more vindictive. Or it could mean that you need to be clearer and more purposeful, and while still being supportive. And those 2 options are 2 very different performance outcomes. That simple question clarified things enormously. Because you see, when actors and directors are talking about character and story, they're talking about complicated ingredients that have complicated interactions. And it's very easy for that communication to be blurred. Some directors are very articulate and talk a lot, but it's hard to ascertain exactly what it is they mean. And some are very specific, but even when they've been specific, it can still be ambiguous. So here's a smart question that you can ask. For example, if a director or casting director is saying to you, "You need to be angrier," or "more logical," or "you need to find these circumstances funnier." So you've been asked for more. Then if you say to the casting director, "Can you give me a number as to how angry, logical, or funny I was in the previous run? Give me a number between 1 and 10. And when they've done that, you can say, "Can you now give me a number as to how intense you want that experience for my character to be?" And so you may have thought that in your last run you gave them an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, but the director may have only seen it as a 2 out of 10. Because it's very, very common that when you make a change and step things up, they feel massive inside your head. But to the audience, to the director, the casting director who's watching, they don't feel very big at all. So if you are given a number that you delivered a 2, but they wanted a 9, and you thought you were doing an 8, do you see what you need to do? You need to go, right, well, 8 wasn't big enough. I need to double that. I need to go to 16 out of 10 or 20 out of 10 to get to the territory that they want me in. And When you've got that information, you now have a clear understanding of how big the change needs to be. And what's more, you've achieved it with a simple question using a few words that's not taking up a lot of time. And what's more, you're getting a clear response from the casting director or the director as to the magnitude of the change they want. That's smart. And I've got 7 more smart questions you can ask your casting director or director to clarify those communications over the following talking acting. See you then. If you have a question about this unique approach to acting process, you can email me, richard@rehearsalroom.com. Make a booking for a free 30-minute chat. Or download the ebook. It's free too.